something that people who know me now here in Vegas might not know about me. Definitely friends and family know that back home. But I suffer from panic disorder, and I was diagnosed with that when I was 13 years old. And I've battled with just not feeling comfortable in my own skin for years. People are always telling me, oh, you're so confident. But little do they know, I'm not as confident. I just fake it till I make it. Welcome to This Beautiful Struggle.
I'm excited about it.
We finally have gotten to a point where we're just ready to share unfiltered our lives. Infertility is tough. Adoption is tough. But then even talking about like me losing my dad, you losing your mom within a couple of years of each other, our kids losing grandparents, your career and my career, and then making the ultimate decision to move to Nevada and what that looks like, moving away from all of your friends and family and all of those things.
Hopefully people can resonate with our story and just letting people know that they're not alone.
It's not the norm, and infertility is something that people don't ever want to talk about. Our family is such a hot mess, Express. I mean, this is just what it is, right? So we don't have to front anymore.
It's been a long time coming.
Hi, welcome back to This Beautiful Struggle. I'm Erin. I'm your solo host today, as we're going to be doing a Q&A in hopes that you guys get to know me a little bit better. Casey is here in the studio. He'll be asking me all of the questions.
The good questions. Okay, so let's start off with, where are you from?
I was born in Oakland, and I was raised for the majority of my life in Oakland, California.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I am the middle child of two sisters.
How does it feel to be a middle child?
It's rough. It's rough. There is this thing called middle child syndrome that does exist, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a disability or anything like that, but there is definitely some differences in the feelings that I have between the way that I was raised, the expectations that I had of me, for sure. And I'm sure other middle children can agree.
Did you go to college?
I did. I went to Cal State Hayward. It is now Cal State East Bay. I got a bachelor's degree in communications with a minor in journalism.
What did you do after you graduated college?
After college, I got my real estate license. I worked in real estate. I also worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and I went through their management training program, which was amazing and got me ready to work in leadership. And yeah.
What's a simple pleasure you enjoy?
I love to buy purses. I love my purses. I am a Louis girl to the day that I die. But don't get me wrong, I like other brand of purses too. But I blame it on my mother. My mother had very rich taste in purses, and I guess she passed that down to me. So I usually buy a new Louis once a year, maybe once every other year.
What's been the most surprising or rewarding aspect of podcasting so far?
Surprising aspect. I think for me, just how difficult it is to, naturally, I'm someone that's very open. A lot of people know my story just because I have openly shared that. But I think sitting behind the cameras and in front of all of the lights and actually sharing was difficult for me to get those delicate and intimate stories out. But there is so much. It's also been just the best experience so far. And I now kick myself for waiting so long to get into podcasting.
Are you currently working? And if you are, can you explain to us what you do?
Yes, I founded my own agency called Erin Carter Consulting. I do business consulting. I'm a business communication strategist. I help small business owners who are stuck, who are just starting off, or those that are looking to scale. I help come up with strategies to help get them there. I love to work with brand new business owners or even future business owners, people who are looking for side hustles or needing, to come up with ideas on how to create a business. I love to work with people like that. And I love to work with business owners who have done very well for themselves, but have recently reached a roadblock and are stuck. I also founded Ladies of Las Vegas. We are a nonprofit that supports women in business. Those are women, career professionals, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and we support them throughout their journeys.
What was your experience being a police dispatcher?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It was so rewarding, but it was also very stressful. I worked in Oakland, and so it was busy constantly. And so every call, you never know what you're going to get, from shootings to robberies to domestic violence to there's a cat stuck in the tree to, oh my goodness, I ran over a squirrel, to there's a 2-year-old wandering on the street, to my neighbor is on my property and won't get off, to the chronic 5150 callers who saw people like Barry Bonds in their backyard or other famous people in their backyard. It was such a good time.
What's a piece of advice you've received that has stuck with you?
To give yourself grace always. I believe that no one is perfect. And as much as we strive to be perfect, no one should strive for perfection. We need to give ourselves as much grace as possible because we are doing the best that we can with the cards that we are dealt.
What are some of your hopes and dreams for your family's future?
Well, first, I hope to build a legacy for my children. I never want them to have to go without. So my hope is for, me and you to build a future where the kids have something to look forward to, that we have left them something behind. I also hope that we just remain healthy. And the biggest thing is, oh gosh, I hope that my girls know how much I love them and how much just they are loved. Yeah. God, why'd you make me cry?
I was just asking
Supposed
a
to cry.
question. I didn't know that was going to make you cry. Well, let's lighten the mood a little bit. That's a good question to lighten the mood. What's something you admire most about your partner?
Big jump here. I admire your resilience. I think, like my father, raising 3 girls, you raising 2 girls and then have a wife, and there just being a lot of hormones in the house. I think that you've done an amazing job with, balancing all of us. And I admire that you do give 120% to ensure that we can have the quality of life that you think that we should have.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
I think the superpower that I would love would be to eliminate sickness and disease in our world. I feel like so many families and people are robbed of living their life to their full potential because they're robbed with cancer and diabetes and high blood pressure and all of these things. And I often say that I feel like genetics suck, because if you live your life, you live a healthy lifestyle, but your family, there's there's cancer that runs in your family, or diabetes, or high blood pressure. You could just be living your life right, and before you know it, you have high blood pressure, and it's just not fair. And I know that there are cures out there, but because of the world that we live in and how much money pharmaceuticals bring in, that, they will never release a cure for cancer. And I feel like we lose far too many people to illnesses that could have been prevented.
What's one thing most people don't know about you?
That's a hard one. I mean, the fun thing is I used to be a model. So I modeled for, I think, from my junior year of high school. No, before that, actually. I modeled most of.
I married a model. I just had to throw that out there.
I modeled most of my high school years into a little bit of college. I think that's a fun thing that a lot of people don't know about me. So I did runway. And the other thing would be that people don't know, I have super anxiety. I think that would be something that people who know me now here in Vegas might not know about me. Definitely friends and family know that back home. But I suffer from panic disorder, and I was diagnosed with that when I was 13 years old. And I've battled with just not feeling comfortable in my own skin for years. People are always telling me, "Oh, you're so confident," but little do they know I'm not as confident. I just fake it till I make it.
What's a movie or piece of music that has deeply impacted you and why?
A movie or I can't think of a movie per se. I can say that when I am struggling, I always go to some Maverick City music or to some praise and worship music. I hate to fly. And when I'm on the airplane and freaking out, praise and worship music is the only thing that gets me through.
What's your ideal vacation?
Oh my God. My ideal vacation would be probably like somewhere like Bora Bora on the beach with my children, believe it or not. But I would make sure that I have a nanny with a separate location for them or a separate room for them so that I can have time with you. But at the same time, when we want to be together as a family, we can be together as a family as well. But just somewhere tropical, away from life, no electronics, no cell phones, no television, just me, a pina colada, my family, and the ocean.
What's one skill you'd love to learn?
How to snap. I don't know how to snap.
How to snap?
Yeah, snap. I don't know how to snap. I can't do it. It just doesn't work. I don't know if that's a skill, but I've tried for years
skill,
to snap,
I guess.
and I cannot snap.
What's your go-to comfort food?
Ice cream, Bluebell. What is it called? Millennium Crunch. And if they don't have that, then Rocky Road. If they don't have that, then I would go to a Lucerne Tin Roof. I think it's called Tin Roof Sundae. So ice cream would be number one. My second would be, I don't know, ice cream. But then I'm lactose intolerant, and so then it's all bad. So that's why I find other ways.
What's a value you hope to instill in your children?
So always have integrity in everything that you do.
If you could eat dinner with 3 people, living or dead, who would they be and why?
So I'm going to cry. So it definitely would be your mother, and really fast. Whenever you get in an argument with someone, you should always apologize very fast. I got into an argument with my mother-in-law, and she passed away before we could have a conversation. So I would love to sit at the table with her and one last time. My father, for sure, because I miss him so much. And there's just been so many opportunities that I feel like the conversations that I just need to have that I can no longer have. And then the last one would be Kaylin's mother, biological mother. And I just think it's because I've watched my child struggle so much with identity and who she is. And I know that there are siblings, lots of siblings out there, and we have no way to connect with them. We've tried all avenues, and I just feel like it would just be great to have some sort of connection to her family. We have that for Savannah, and we don't have that for Kaylin. So as you can see, I've cried and probably smeared my makeup and everything else, but I just want to thank you all for joining this beautiful struggle today. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about me that you didn't know. As always, please like, follow, share, rate. And if you would like to connect with me or with Casey or with us, please reach out to us and maybe drop in the comments below some things that we don't know about you all. And have a great day.